Don't worry, I'm almost finished my pizza. A lot of pizza out here. That's your stomach? You actually see how this pizza came. This pizza came stacked with these spinach leaves. I don't know. Okay, I want to share with you guys my thoughts on Buenos Aires, Argentina. I've been seeing a lot of questions, a lot of comments about the money, about the people. Okay, where would y'all like me to start? Where would y'all like me to start? Don't forget to like. I had to get a little of that orange crush up in there. Y'all feel me? The people. Okay. Now, this is my observation. People said that Buenos Aires is very white, meaning a lot of blancas. Amor, silencia. That Buenos Aires is very white. I would like to say, my observation, I went on a train in the more affluent neighborhoods, it seems to be mixed. You know, some people are very proud of their Italian heritage or Spaniard heritage here. But in my observation, there are not a lot of black people, but to me, it's not a whole bunch of white Latinos, so if you want to say white Argentinians, in my opinion. I see more people who look indigenous or mixed with indigenous. I see more of that than people that you would quote unquote say looks white, in my opinion, far as the people are concerned. And then the other thing I hear is a lot of people say that they're racist or they don't like black people. I don't know. I don't know that yet. I know has it any be like little funny little I don't know. I'm black. You know, I could perceive any little. With black people, we could perceive any little thing as being racist. Even when we don't know if people are racist or people are just a-holes. We don't know. We're always on the edge about that. So I don't know. I can't say that. And I don't think, I mean, you could experience in a short amount of time, but I don't think you're going to run across that in a short amount of time that you stay here. Okay? We're going to get to the currency and exchange. So does that answer the people question? From what I saw is, to me, there's more people who look like people from Peru, look like people from Ecuador, look like people from, like look indigenous, in my opinion. was good. Enjoy safe travels. Thank you. Okay, now the money exchange.
Dale, ya voy a ver cómo hago, que mi aquí no tengo, voy a pedir favor a alguien entonces.
Henry says
No,
people
yo no
there are
puedo, voy a ver
conceited
cuánto
and
para
think
pedir
they're
favor.
better than others. I don't know. People seem nice.
Dale, dale, yo
I
te
think
dije ese
that
día que
some of
usted
them are
fue a ese cumpleaños
ultra,
que yo quería ir.
baby. I think some of them are ultra happy or
Dale,
ultra
dale, yo también.
proud, maybe, to be mixed with Italian and mixed with Spaniards. Yeah, I think maybe. I don't know. I didn't speak to enough people, but I think they are proud of that. But I think that's partially how the country may be from the president on, or there have been presidents who've made statements that could be considered. Get the likes up. Okay. The money. Some people ask, do you double your money? Have people stared at you, made you feel uncomfortable? Listen, I'm from New York. If you go downtown New York, I mean, I've been around all types of people my whole life. Am I the only black guy in the room sometimes? I'm used to that. So I'll go places, I'm only black guy on the plane. When I'm traveling from maybe one city to another in Colombia, I've been the only black guy on the plane. So that doesn't really bother me. And when people look at you, you don't know if they're staring at you because you're different or they're staring at you for another reason. So we can't always get offended when people look at us. Some people might be interested in us. And the other thing I like to say about the people, I see a lot of people make a statement saying, oh, you're going to have to get your Spanish up out there. And yes, I do have to get my Spanish up, but way more Argentinians here in Buenos Aires speak English as well than anybody anywhere that I've been in Colombia, anywhere that I've been in Brazil, or anywhere I've been in the Spanish-speaking country. Maybe the only other Spanish-speaking country that had more English was Costa Rica. The guys I had two separate delivery guys, Rappy, they both spoke English. I have been in a few Ubers, they spoke English. I went in the Western Union, both tellers spoke English. When you go into the restaurants, it's way more English speaking here than you think. People were saying, oh, you're going to really have to get your Spanish up in Argentina. Not true. There's way more English-speaking people here, and there's way more English people here than Portugal, too. I've been to Portugal, and I've run into so many people here who speak English. Okay? So that, to me, also is a misnomer. And I think a lot of people make statements without experience. They make statements based on what they were told by someone else. But then again, this is my experience here. Okay, let's get to the money. I think I answered enough questions about the people per se. I've posted home out there plow where I plan on retiring. Congratulations, brother. The money, people said, is your money doubled when you transfer it to pesos here? Your money is not doubled. What's happening is, if you go to the rate of the country is 344 pesos for $1. But because the country, the government takes half of your money. But when you go to Western Union or when you go to the other exchange places, you'll get like 720 pesos to $1. So you're not doubling your money by going to Western Union. You're doubling the rate they will give you. not doubling your dollar. If that makes sense to people. If that makes sense to you, put a 1. So if you were to go to the bank and transfer your money in, you would only get 344 to 1. But if you go to Western Union or the other money exchanges, you'll get 720 to 1. So that's the money thing here. It's not doubling your USD. It's Western Union. And if you have crispy $100 bills, you get the highest rate. If you transfer, you have the Western Union app in your phone, you transfer your money to Western Union, you go to Western Union and you pick up your money like 220 to 1. I mean, 720 to 1. Now, some of the change places, I went to one change place and it has the rate outside on the digital board. It says 650, so I didn't exchange it there. So some of them are a little different. I think Ace Live did videos at the clubs and beach and Mar de Playa. Yeah, I have some good videos coming up, some more. I went to 1 or 2 clubs. I'll maybe go to 1 or 2 more. You know, they got clubs. They got plenty. I'm staying in Palmera, Hollywood. It's a middle-class neighborhood. They got restaurants at the block, around the corner. You could literally walk around here. And how would I compare Spain to Argentina? I don't know. Barcelona is. I'll tell you one thing. The architecture is similar to that type of look, but not as much. You know, the architecture in like Barcelona is like double, but you can see dope architecture here. I'll give them that. And it does have a feel of maybe a European city. It does in some areas, because they got favelas here too. I saw some black people every day I went out. Saw a couple today. I saw some, yeah. So you don't see a lot, but you do see black people. You do see black people. But this thing about the black people here is that they're not American. I didn't see no American black people. Yeah, more English here than Spain. Because, you know, when we black Americans, we'll, you know, the black girl, 2 black women, couple black guys, like they didn't even try to say hello. So what's the sense of you seeing black people if they're not trying to communicate? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I seriously doubt they were American, because they were not trying to, you know, they wasn't trying to say, hey, what's up? No brother, no nothing. They was just, they egg me like, check out the San Telmo neighborhood. I can't check out everything. I'll keep that. I did check out 3 to 4 really good neighborhoods. I mean, you know, popular neighborhoods. I was told that the anti-blackness run deeply in Argentina. I don't know. That's what you was told. I don't know. You got to realize this. When you come here for a short period of time, you're probably not going to, that's not going to affect you. You know, that affects the black Argentines who live here and feel like they're not being, you know, recognized. You feel what I'm saying? I think there has been a Haitian immigration to Argentina and Chile in recent years. I heard there's some Haitians in Chile working. I definitely heard about that. What up, Brett? I mean, Bert. Well, I always say your name wrong, Bert. What up, Bert? Yeah, I went to La Boca. I've got videos coming out from there. Sam says, how are the females? Extremely hot compared to other cities. They got good-looking girls here, too. They got good-looking girls here. They got girls with some bottom, but they're not. You know, a little eye here and there. But it's wintertime. I didn't know it was going to be like this cold. So The amount of people are not out as you would expect, but they got cute girls here. I mean, they got some lookers. D'Angelo, what's the vibes with the ladies out there? What is in the air? I think I tried to I'll ask some girls to come over and take a pic. They flirted a little bit sometimes, but it's more like that major city. I would compare it to trying to holler at a chick. You gonna be hollering at regular chicks, so hollering at regular chicks, that's don't really go so well. But I definitely caught some eyes. I definitely got some numbers. I didn't, follow up with one or two of them, but I got some numbers. Tinder is hard out here. Whoo! Tinder's real light. Y'all know I go hard. I'm the Tinder swindler, but it's not popping like that. Not enough to qualify you as good people. Melanin is not enough. Yoruba, yeah, well, I have a vibration that's good, right? Now, of course, you wouldn't know, but I'm not walking around with a scowl on my face. I'm walking around smiling. I'm walking around with a camera. I'm walking around well dressed. So there's one thing to say you don't know if they're a good person or not. There's another thing to recognize another black person or not. I'm in the habit of recognizing other black people or people that look like me. And, I don't feel no way about it, but I get so many I've seen a lot of information about. And let me just say this, and I hope, I don't ruffle too many people's feathers, but let me say this. I've seen comments of people saying they don't like black people, blah, 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 but black people don't like black people. Who's the last person who called you the N-word? Was he a white person? Was they a skinhead or was they black? Who's the last person who called you a mother effer? Who's the last person who cheated you? You know what I'm saying? Black people are always on this pedestal about other people not liking black people. But we do more harm it ain't no skinheads or nobody leaving nasty derogatory remarks on my YouTube channel. It's us. So when y'all say all this stuff about other people don't like us, the way we treat each other, you would think that we don't like each other. Some of us. So let's get off the soapbox about everybody saying that people don't like us. You act like you like us first and foremost. And then we'll worry about each other later. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be tripping me out. Always, every place I go, people be saying, oh, they don't like us. They don't like us. But y'all act like y'all don't like us. When y'all start showing more love, then what other people doing is not going to affect us. At least we know we love each other. The last person who tried to cheat you was India. You see how India got real? India can't coming for America because that cop said that Indian girl's life wasn't worth nothing. The whole India coming for America and that cop. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, and I don't mean it, but I'm just saying, before y'all run off with the other people don't like us, act like you like us. Behave like you like other black people. Respect other black people and show your love before you worry about saying how other races don't like us. That's all I'm saying. Are you going to hit up the Amazon rainforest river tours in Peru in the future? Well, Machu Picchu is definitely on my list. And then the other stuff, I don't know. Bird Dog 9.99. Thank you, brother, for the love. Facts, people don't have to like you. Yeah. I heard you get double the exchange rate if you go outside the traditional lines. That's Western Union, and that's the change spots, which are sometimes in the back of the Western Union. You'll get double what the government allows you to get if you send your money to yourself to Western Union, or you go to the, I forgot what the word is here, but they're just money exchange places. But you need to have crispy $100 bills if you want to get the top rate. How would you say the vibe in Barcelona and Buenos Aires cost a bit? Well, Barcelona is a crazy party city, and it has a beach, and it has a topless beach, and it has a lot of clubs, and got a lot of different music styles, and they got a lot more people from around the world, but mainly Europe, as far as Barcelona. But I can't front. The city of Buenos Aires, the good parts is really fly. It's fly. And it's safe around here. Trying to take, and I'm going to a football game too. I'm going to Boca's game. Trying to take my ass to Rio for New Year's. I have about 5K for 2 weeks. You're going to need about 5K for 2 weeks of New Year's, because everything is off the meat racks when it comes to expensive. Quavers, yes. Thank you. They're called Quavers. Thank you. I couldn't remember the name. Does Medellin have more baddies than Buenos Aires or Barcelona? I don't know. Because when you see a lot of pretty girls in Barcelona, they're not necessarily from Spain. They could be from any part of Europe and stuff like that. I could be wrong, but the obelisk in the video, obelisk, you mean? No, that's not original obelisk. I asked the guy, my tour guide, the same thing. It's not an original obelisk from Kemet. It's not. They made it. Is Buenos Aires expensive? I would say the clothes is kind of a little bit on the expensive side, but the food, no. The nightlife, the drinks, no. No, not with the US dollar conversion. I would say it's not. Benjamin, excuse me. What's the average cost of a good meal? And I tell you, you could eat real good fine dining for about 10 to 12 USD. And also to go with the money, if you use your credit card, they will do the government rate, right? But in 1 week, your credit card will return that other half back to you. I use my Wise card for a meal. We had some drinks in a meal, and it was like, it should have been like $20. It said $52 on my Wise card. But in like 5 days, they sent back $26 or $29. So if you do use your credit card, you're going to get the rate from what the government would give you, which is half. But your credit card will reimburse you that other, so you do get the 720 to 1 exchange rate. Is it true about the country having good steak? I don't eat red meat, but it looked good and it smelled good. I've been with people who were eating it, and they're having a great time. And you could get a mean steak dinner for like $10, $12. Cuba is real cheap, but it's dangerous. So Cuba is not dangerous. Keith, Cuba is not dangerous. I've been to Cuba 3 times. Their jail time is for her. It's getting a little bit something going on because of the poverty, but Cuba is not dangerous. I've been walking around in the streets at night in Cuba. Where's the story of something happened to an American in Cuba? You don't hear that often. So I would have to disagree. I could say is I never felt unsafe, and I wasn't never told to worry in Cuba. And I've been there 3 times. So is Argentina food heavily influenced by Italy? Yes. They have plenty pizza, plenty pasta, plenty even flags. The red, white, and green flags. They have plenty pasta places. And yeah, it is a lot of Italian here. I would say I see more Italian influence probably with food than Spaniard, than Spain. How do you pick and choose your next destination? It could come from friends. It could come from proximity. Like I came here because it was so close to, it took 2 hours and a half to get here from Rio. And the ticket was like $125. So I said, you know what? I always wanted to do it. Let me go. Any plans to visit Belize, Chile, or Uruguay? Yes. One of the three is coming up very soon. Argentina also have a strong German culture there too. Yeah, I heard they had a president or somebody who allowed the Nazis to come over here, was Nazi friendly. The guy that was taking me around told me about that. He said there's a large Jewish community as well. That's what I was told. That's what I was told. Like one of the largest Jewish communities outside of Jerusalem, he told me. So I don't know. I think that's what he told me. Anything else y'all want to know? Because I know a lot of people was just hitting with stuff that they don't know about. Big bro, Portugal is my mother's tongue. Learn Portuguese because when you did a live with 3 women in Brazil, they were talking things about you. Eyes open. Yeah, I know. Someone else told me that too. Smash the like button. Yes, please. I also disagree. I just got back from Cuba and it is very safe. I am a Bronx product and trust me, Cuba is safe. The Explorer. Yeah, that's the way I feel. Do you like it better in Argentina than Lisbon, Portugal nightlife? There's not a lot of nightlife that could rival. Nah, I don't know. I didn't see enough, but Portugal nightlife was off the hook, and I was there in the wintertime, and people were standing all in the street. It was off the hook. So, but I don't know. This seems to be. I got to go to a few more spots here. I'm not one that's just going lie and say anything. I don't feel like been to enough places to say about the nightlife here. How the beach culture over there. There is a beach town, but it ain't here. And it's wintertime, so there's no sense to go to the beach right now. How much did you spend for drinks? I don't know, man. I can't ask me. I don't drink like that. And when I was drinking, somebody was buying the drinks for me or we were splitting the drinks. So I can't even tell you. Like they might have a drink for 3,000 pesos, a mixed drink, or it's still like I haven't just had drinks to like be able to say what it costs. Because I've either had multiple drinks or had food with drinks. So I couldn't say. Honestly, I couldn't say. What were you saying about you? What was they saying? I don't know what they were saying. They were probably just talking ish. You know what I mean? When I was walking with the girls on the beach, I heard they was talking ish about me, like trying to like joking on me, but I don't care. That video is like 150,000 views. Chestnut checkers. Did your guy talk about the genocide on it? Why would he talk about that? He's a young kid, and they don't teach about that. They ain't teaching him about that in school. That's stuff you got to learn on your own. But I will say this: if you want to know about the black culture and the black history in Argentina, Ace did a 3-part series, and he did an excellent job. So why don't y'all just go to Ace's channel, put Black in Argentina, because he did an excellent job. So there's no reason for me to try to go and do the same thing. That's not my thing. Barbara, are you going to do a crash course in Spanish? If so, yeah, I'm gonna try one of these Spanish apps. I'm gonna give them one of these Spanish apps another shot, or the one where you get the tutors. It's like $149 a month, and you could get as many course classes as you want. So foreigners that never left their country will never step 1 foot in America. I don't understand what that's about. So is winter time in Argentina? It's like, well, I think today is the first day of spring. Yeah, it's the same as the weather's similar to the nearing countries, similar to Brazil, similar to Uruguay, so it's about the same. So it was cold approach the move in Buenos Aires. Tinder. Tinder is light. I mean, I got a few kickbacks on Tinder, but it's light. It's super light. It's super light. What hotel do you recommend? I don't in Cartagena. I don't really recommend a hotel in Cartagena because I'm not a hotel guy in Cartagena. And I stay in Airbnbs. And if you want guests, make sure you're able to have guests. Sometimes you want guests in the hotel, they'll let the first guest come in free, and then they'll charge you like $10 to $20 for every additional guest. So be careful with the hotels. So I highly recommend Baselang. That's the one, Baselang. That's the one I've been looking at. That's the one I've been thinking about. So you said Nicholas, you said Baselang. Okay, that's the one I've been looking at. Do you feel like Buenos Aires is your top 5? I just got here. How can I put it in my top 5? I just got here. I've been here for like 5, 6 days. I'll tell you one thing. I will come back. I would definitely come back. What I meant is the foreigners will never move to America. Okay. Is there a female with you tonight? Ozzy, all up in the, it ain't a late night thirst. But yeah, I got a little shine, you know what I mean? Everybody don't want to be on camera. Not all the time, at least. How do you feel when passport bros say the Brazilian women are better for marriage? Portuguese is my mother's tongue, and I guarantee that they worse than in us, especially from Rio de Janeiro. Angelo, I hear you. I hear you. Guys always trying to say how these women is this and that is better, but women are women, man. More similarities than differences. I always say that. Love the vids, bro. Thank you. Thank you, Bobby. Carlos, Zoe, the Chica Bruno was hot, bruh. Will she be coming back in the third? Sooner, man. I can't wait to get back to Rio. I had a ball in Rio. But I already got things planned, so I ain't gonna be able to get back to Rio till like next year. Yeah, it's just gonna be rough. Is the Airbnb cheaper in Buenos Aires? Yeah, I would say it is. It is, it's cheaper. They're cheaper in general. Rent is cheaper, Airbnbs are cheaper. I heard the woman can be flasky in Argentina. Flaky? Yeah, I talked to one girl and she was acting like, cause I was playing around. I did the money phone, cause you know I had all these bills cause I transferred the money over. So I was mocking the rappers and I said the international money phone cause it was international money. And then I put blue dollar to let people know that it was, you know. She was like, oh, I saw your Instagram and why were you holding money in your Instagram? And I was like, oh, I was mocking the rappers. It was really a joke. Well, yeah, you know, people here are poor and, you know, that could be rude. And I'm like, ain't nobody people here on my Instagram. That's for people in America that, you know, they know the joke. They know what I'm doing. Oh, okay. And I think the girls here, I can't say that was one girl, but similarities than differences. You know, more similar, But I will tell you this: all that, oh, you got to get your Spanish up in Buenos Aires is not true. Almost every girl I've met on Tinder, they all spoke English. I went in restaurants. I went in one Western Union. The girl didn't speak English. The second Western Union I went in, both of those girls spoke English. But the girl in the first Western Union looked like, you know, she had the Aboriginal features. Like she looked like what they look like back in the days. The ones in the other one may look like they could have been like mixed or have Italian or whatever. So even when I went across the street to the coffee shop, the dudes in there spoke English. So it's a lot of English spoken here. And when people were saying, oh, you're going to have to get your Spanish up in Argentina, what makes y'all say that? Like people, I don't even know. People say things that I don't know where they get their information from because they couldn't be more wrong. This had to be the most English speaking people in a Spanish country that I've experienced thus far. Yeah, I heard the original people were dark. Yeah, they look like are you sponsored by Lacoste? No, I just like, just I like Polo first than Lacoste. And when I travel around the world, I always seem to be running out of a shirt. I need an extra shirt or something. I need another shirt. There's more Lacoste stores internationally than Polo stores. Or they're easier. I bought some pants here. I bought 2 shirts when I was in Brazil. They don't have a Polo, a Ralph Lauren store in the mall that I go to in Brazil. In your video, those 3 women, these are the parts where it looked like they try to put something in your drink, bro. Nah, they don't do that in Brazil. That's not a thing in Brazil. I'm not saying it can't happen, but nobody was trying to put nothing in my drink. The chick in the coffee shop had a mullet. She was cute. Y'all talking about her hair. I thought she was cute, very cute. And then y'all ain't see her. She had a nice shape. No, I don't have any sponsors. So you want to sponsor me, Malcolm? It's Jay Clyde. What's good, Jay Clyde? One cat I know, he said the women down there aren't really checking for brothers like that. I don't know. I'm getting love. I don't want to say they checking for brothers. Who's checking for brothers? But there are no women in the world that some of them don't like different. I'll just say that, so, if you're in a room full of 50 girls or 25 girls, one of them going to be interested in you, maybe just because you are black. So, that's like, if it's a room of 20 girls and you're a black guy, what you want? 10 of them to be interested in you? What? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I went to the club. I had some girls checking me. I've been in certain places. Now, they might not have come up to me. I might not have gone up to them. But that's like anywhere, you know what I'm saying? You might get 1 out of 20, 2 out of 20 that might be checking for you. It's not like you're going to get 10 out of 20 checking for you. You like the color? Yeah, I thought this was, I got this in Brazil, this color. They said it was new color. I got this in Brazil. Where is Big Boy you travel with? Shout out to Wilfred. I think he's in. I heard he was in Thailand. It's his birthday today. I sent him a text. Told him happy birthday. It's his birthday today. Dudes sound lame and sound insecure over asking if they black men are checking for. Well, people don't have to check for you I think if you carry yourself well, I think I was walking around the street. I know, like a little, maybe I would have to go and pursue it. You know what I mean? But I think listen. If I stayed here for a month, I could win. I know I could win. I know I could get some love because I already got a few numbers. I got a few numbers already, so I think I could win. I'm pretty sure I could win. Some YouTubers are saying they are making for lost time. Is that possible? What do you mean? I don't understand. Who's making up for lost time? Any plans to visit Australia, Madagascar, Namibia, New Zealand? I went to Panama already. Trinidad, yes, I'm working on that. And they're from Favela, big bro, and investigate They live in a favela with outlaws and robbers. I believe that they try some go to the police and they spoke how she told you to clap that. Yeah, they probably was from the favelas. But it's like I never saw them again. I made the video with them. I don't plan on seeing them again. You know what I mean? Like that was an opportune moment. It's all how you carry yourself. Forget color and exceptions. Australia, I must visit. Yeah, I looked into Australia, but it's a long trip and it's expensive. Head over to Trinidad and get you in a authentic roadie. Yeah. I can't listen. You can't tell me the roadies in Brooklyn ain't authentic. You know what I'm saying? They got some hellified roadie spots in Brooklyn. So yeah, it might be from there, but those people in Brooklyn are from Trinidad and or Guyana, and they could throw down. Australia's got the baddies. I've been there. International smooth. Yeah, I mean they got baddies everywhere. I was gonna go to the Gold Coast. I was gonna go to the three cities, but I was like the dude, Australian dude, was like, and I met a Brazilian dude and his wife that live in Australia and Thailand on the beach in Phuket. He was like, it's expensive. You know, he was like, you want to go to three? No, I met another dude on a bot bus in Thailand. He said, you going to all three cities? He said, that's going to be expensive. You know what I'm saying? Lost time in the States or Britain, not getting love. I do not want to say the names. Okay. Airbnb in Brazil are safe. We can trust the host. They don't steal your things. Everything there is expensive, no cap. Yeah, he said you agree. And talking about Australia. Plans to see Guyana, Suriname, and Mexico City. I've been to Mexico City. Bird dog, Ozzy getting Venezuela visa and as an act of God. You have to, okay. So maybe you can do Australia next time you leave Trinidad. I don't know if I would do Trinidad and then Australia. Like, I feel like after I go from Trinidad, I need to go home for a little while. You feel me? So that covers everything. I can't believe 42 minutes passed already. But that covers, I don't know if y'all have any other questions about or about here, Buenos Aires. If you're trying to do the Gold Coast, then just do Brisbane. Folks are saying Kenya is on its way to being the new Ghana. Say it's lit. Kenya is on my list for sure. Kenya's on my list. I was going to go to Kenya, but some things came in. Jimmy Butler went to Buenos Aires last year. I know the dude told me, the tour guide told me he went. You know. It's Buenos, yes it is. In my opinion, it's definitely worse. Because do you know that Argentina got some of the second water reserve? They got the mountains that look like a rainbow. Buenos Aires is very interesting. Watch some videos not Buenos Aires. Watch some videos on Argentina. It's very interesting what Argentina holds, far as mountains and all. Argentina is the second largest South American country, but it's densely populated. It's not a lot of people who live on all this land. They got a lot of Argentina is interesting. Y'all should do some research on the landscape. Go back to Brazil. We want to see the girls. I know you want to see the girls, but I do more than just show girls. If I'm in a place where the girls are in abundance, I'm gonna show them. But come on, man, I can't just be and trust me, I will go back to Brazil. I will always go back to Brazil, but I want to see other places. So y'all just gotta be patient. It's some Brazilian girls here. It was Brazilian girls in the club, walking on down on the port, and it was Brazilian girls walking by speaking Portuguese. We were in the Uptown Club. There was Brazilian girls speaking Portuguese. Same thing if you go to Witchcomb, you're going to see it. I love the internet detective. Everyone is trying to take tourists out. Seasoned travelers have a good sense of what type of women they choose and hang around. It's called situational awareness. Okay, the thirst never stops with some of these dudes. I know they just want to see the girls. I must say, this is a nice break from the tits and ass video. Love the series. Thank you. And that's what I'm saying. I love girls just as much as the next guy, but I love to explore too. So trust me, I'm just being me. Whatever you see, I'm being me. And that's why I do it the way I do it. And I do it well because I'm just being myself. I love the women. I love being around women. I love putting them on camera. But I do love, and I notice, I know if it ain't no girl in the thumbnail, the numbers are low. I know what it is. But I just got to do what I want to do. That's it. Would you consider living full time in Cape Town? Maybe, but I think I like Johannesburg better. In my opinion, I like Johannesburg better. Yeah, the steak out here is cheap, it's affordable, but I don't eat it. Your audience loves the females to consider you the black what's the dookie? Doseki? Is that what you trying to say? So who you got with you tonight? I see you stressing it up. Do you, so? So what you do you? I don't understand that one. Budapest, Ireland, Prague. I've been to Prague already. Rwanda, Serbia. I was saying hit up Australia after Thailand. Oh, okay. 'Cause I thought you said Trinidad. It's close. Maybe Melbourne. Yeah, it's in that. Yeah. But I still got a little more Southeast Asia to explore. You know what I mean? It's good. But you might be right. Instead of taking that long ass flight, is the accommodation in Argentina cheaper than Brazil? Yes. In the last 5 years, which country did you stay for the most consecutive amount of days? Probably it'd have to be between Thailand, Colombia, and Brazil. The usuals. I've stayed in all those places over a month. Any plans to go to Chile? Yes. November, what's the move I ran into you in Phuket, Harlem? Yeah, I'm going to December. I'll be back in Southeast Asia. For sure. Because I have an apartment in Pattaya. I have an apartment in Colombia. So all I need is an apartment in Brazil, and your boy is trifecta. You have to do Australia with Southeast Asia to save time. Yeah, that's a good idea, Kenneth. That's a very good idea. What's your low-key favorite country, city you visited? My low-key? Cuba's my low-key favorite. Copy, heard Cambodia and Malaysia vibe. I did have a good time in Cambodia. I had never been to Malaysia. Yeah, well, I would say Buenos Aires. I can't say Argentina. So going from triple threat, yeah, I'm going for the triple threat. That's a real goal. Those apartments in the best spot. Yep. I signed my lease in Colombia, signed my lease in Thailand. Now I just gotta find something in Brazil, and I'll be killing them. But Wait, watch what I'm trying to do in 2024. Who got the better nightlife to you, Brazil or Colombia? I don't know, because it's different. You got a place in Colombia, so what city? Medellin, of course. The best city. Medellin. India, Japan, Laos, South Korea, Taiwan. I've been to Japan. You keep putting out a list, but I at least got something on that list. Mad respect for all informational things. I'm confused. Why are you signing leases if you don't stay more than a month? Because I'm about to. And I'll still be saving money than if I go to a country 4 times. I'm paying what I might pay for a week for the month. You know what I mean? So, and if I F's with you, you know, maybe you could rent my spot. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. So what happened to Asian-looking Brazilian chick you did live with? Will she be back once you go back to Rio? Which one? The one with the short hair? I haven't seen her. I don't know what happened to her. Cabo San Lucas. Hit Japan again, Zoe. Have you been to Cali? Yeah, I've been to Cali, Colombia. I think you're saying. Yeah, I've been to Cali. Got videos there. Look at International Zoo Cali Curves. Thoughts on Cartagena? Only been there to Medellin. Cartagena is cool. It's cool, but it's getting real saturated. Austin said he had enough of Africa now. He wants to take a taste of Latin America. That's cool. He's been out there for a minute. He's been there for a minute, so I hear good things about Romania and Serbia. Bruna, Carlos, you like Bruna? She was finer than her mother, wasn't she? Jamel, what's good, Jamel? You're from the graveyard shit. You always look young and handsome. Thank you. That's coming from Thailand. Swadika. Is there a reason you don't travel to DR and Mexico that much? When I first started, I traveled to DR a lot, like 4 times a year. And I've been to Mexico like 4 times already as well. Mexico City, Playa del Carmen, Tulum, Cancun. I don't really like Mexico, honestly. You ever link up with Marwa? Yeah, I linked up with Marwa in Mexico City when he had his 100,000 subscribers. I linked up with Rami one time when we were in Colombia. What's good with the girl you had that looked like Jordan Sparks? She fine, though. But I ain't there. What y'all want me to do? I ain't there no more. But I met a girl that I like more than her. She not necessarily as fine as her, but I like her more. How you got an apartment there, Zoe? I want to do the same thing, brother. I looked for one. I found one that was a good price. And I have a lawyer in Colombia because I was going to buy an apartment, but I changed my mind. So I was like, let me rent an apartment, be there a little more to see if I really, really want to buy an apartment in this place. Have you seen UK or Ireland? I've been to London. I've been to London, England. I've been to Brixton. I've been to Notting Hill. Why are you not a fan of Mexico? I don't know. I don't like the way the Mexicans treat people. Like, Mexicans not smooth. They're not necessarily kind. And they're like greasy, like they like in the tourist areas, they're real slick and greasy. And I don't like that. And they're disrespectful to me, man. Like, those are one Spanish-speaking people that sometimes I'll be like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's just me. Some people say, oh, I love Mexico. I love, me? Nah, I don't really like Mexico, honestly. I'm not a big fan of Mexico at all. I thought you said you wanted an apartment in Cartagena. just in case. If I did, I changed my mind. Last time I was in Cartagena, you can't even walk out the door without running into Americans. You can't. Every time I left my Airbnb, it's Americans across the street. I can't. It's just way too many. I don't go to these countries to be around a whole bunch of Americans, unless it's DR. DR is the only place I don't mind being around a bunch of Americans. You did a live in Copacabana Beach with her. She looked from Minister Rice. She's cool. So would you ever consider getting a place in Cartagena? No. Well, Medellin is just a better city. You could go to Cartagena, have a good weekend, party, hit their little beaches and stuff, their little islands, but to live, I've been to both places enough to now have made up my mind. I'm like, nah, Medellin is the best weather, the best views. They got nice, quiet neighborhoods, the most food options. Y'all gotta realize, right outside of Boca Grande and all that, it gets rough out there. KBS Travels. What's good, brother? Have you ever visited Costa Rica? Yeah, I've been to Costa Rica twice. Costa Rica is a vibe. It ain't a lot to do in the capital city, but you can have some fun in Jaco Beach. But you want to do the capital city. You want to do San Jose for if you go on a Wednesday, you do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you might want to get on the bus and go to Jaco Beach Friday and Saturday, and then maybe come back. Yeah, Costa Rica is a vibe. Denmark, Italy, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Holland. I've been to Holland, been to London. Yo, the nightlife was surprisingly good in Czech Republic. Surprisingly good. Czech Republic. Yeah, I know Medellin don't got no beaches, but you could go to the beach in an hour. You know, you could get on a plane for $60 and go to San Andreas, or go to Cartagena, or go to Barranquilla. You know what I mean? So you could get to a beach. So, and the beaches are not that good in Cartagena. They got black sand. So, E. Dean Cole, what's good, player? Peace, God. What do you think about Santa Marta? Santa Marta got some nice little lakes and stuff. Hot. My boy live in Santa Marta. He really likes Santa Marta. I only been to Santa Marta once, so I can't tell you this or that, but it's nice. It's kind of like a mixture between Cartagena and Barranquilla, kind of. It got beaches like Cartagena, but it's not as solicited as Cartagena. Biggest con of Cartagena is vendors hustling. Yeah, you got to get tired of that. Ooh, that vendors thing, and that's not just the vendors on the beach, but if you walk the streets, the Venezuelans be asking for money, and the Colombians are starting to mess up Copacabana Beach, doing the same thing, selling the same bracelets, trying to get you to do the massage, trying to touch you. They messing it up. Cartagena Beach terrible, and a lot of scammers. Yeah, yo, the Colombians, all from Palenque, is now they're on Copacabana Beach doing the same thing. Well, I like Thailand, Terrence Bryant. The food options, the women options, the beach options, the other Southeast Asian countries, the ease you could get to. You could go to Singapore in 2.5 hours. You can go to Cambodia in an hour and a half, whatever. You can go to Vietnam in 2.5 hours. You know what I'm saying? You can go to Laos. It's just, and the women are cool, man. They more laid back. they'll hang out with you. And it ain't all about money for every minute of their time. But they will literally hang out with you. I go to the movies with girls in Thailand. Ain't no chicks in Colombia going to the movies with you, really. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no. I never went to a movie with a girl in Brazil or Colombia. A girl took me to the movies. Took me to the movies in Thailand. Playa Blanca is great, but yeah, but Playa Blanca, you gotta be careful. If you don't go with a tour, they'll try to do the Boca Chica move on you and charge you $100 for a fish dinner. You gotta be careful in Playa Blanca. No, Cartagena, it's all about the money. Already warned my friend. Yes, it's definitely this Cartagena's can't be around there all the time. Budapest, Prague, and Vienna. Nightlife is off the chain. Did an Eastern European tour and loved. The love was there. I guess you're saying they're planning to visit Madagascar. I'm going on like a 4-country African joint with my peoples, Mike from Sasua, and and my brother that took care of me from South Africa. What's his name? His name is Skip. But I'm next year I'm doing some real African, yeah, staying in the bush type there. Yeah, don't mind paying, so I enjoy myself. But if you don't, I don't think you would enjoy yourself. So I remember you did your teeth in Colombia. Can you talk more about that? I just got my teeth whitened. I didn't get anything done. My boy got some work done, but it didn't really work out for him. But I just got my teeth whitened when I was in Colombia. I never really got nothing major done. But there's a brother in Medellin that has a coffee spot in up in Comuna 13. You can meet. I did an interview with him. But you could probably catch up with him at Sweet Georgia Sports Bar. He like receives people who come in to get the women who come in to get the surgery and the people who come in to get the teeth. Like he looks over you while you're there and makes sure you're safe and arranges everything from you. What about Marwa? Are you gonna go to this big party at the mansion? I don't know, maybe. If you're doing a group trip to anywhere in Africa, if you had to compare cities on the ocean, Cartagena versus Santo Domingo, pros and cons. Santo Domingo or Punta Cana or Sosua? Santo Domingo don't really got the beaches. You gotta go to Boca Chica, right? Where is your travel, honey, Big Wheezy? You, homie, is that what you said? Oh yeah, you said homie. I think he's in Thailand, last I heard. What's the plan, bro? Where to from Argentina? I'm going home for a little while, but then I'm going to another country in South America. Y'all stay tuned. No Iceland, no Sweden, Finland, Norway, or Denmark. Namibia, Boca Chica beach sucks. Ryan. Yo, they got me for an $80 fish dinner in Boca Chica. I'll never forgive them for that. That was grimy. Grimy, man. I can't, listen, some of them Dominicans is grimy. Which cities did you go to in Mexico that you were not happy with? I said it. I don't like the way they try to hustle you when you go to Playa del Carmen, when you go to what's the main one? They try to. I didn't even like the vibe when I was in Mexico City. I didn't like the vibe, man. I didn't like the vibe. I don't like the vibe in Mexico. I just don't vibe with Mexicans. Yeah, I got tired of Dominican scamming. That's why I stopped going. Cancun, Tulum. Yeah, Cancun. Ugh. Cancun, the scamming in Cancun and the scamming and the hustling and implied the comment. Ugh. I don't like that. The women in Mexico or Colombia for black men. Why? Explain. Mexicans don't really vibe with us like that. At least Colombians are familiar with black people. They got black people all throughout Colombia. But Mexicans could be funny style too. Very funny style. Yes. Mexico City was like, it was dry and it was expensive in certain places. It was dry. It wasn't. I guess if you got somebody with you, cool. Playa del Carmen is good, but best be prepared for the hustle, 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 hustle. They're gonna be like, you want weed, you want coke, oh, you want a massage. Everybody on Fifth Avenue is hustling. If you go into the strip club, they're gonna hustle you to buy a pitcher of beer with filled half with ice. Oh, forget about it. If you in Cancun, it's even worse. Oh, nah, I can't do Quintana Roo. Isla Mujeres, if you got a girl, cool. Go to Isla Mujeres. Tulum's cool, but man, I ain't big on those. St. Kitts, Colombia, Antigua, Maldives. Y'all doing a whole lot of traveling. Y'all bossed up, man. I ain't got nothing on some of y'all guys. Y'all been all over the world. You going to Tijuana? Shout out to Kenny Ken, man. Kenny Ken passed away in Tijuana. I was just with that brother in Medellin like last month. And it's crazy because he was with us. We were standing there and his face, he was bleeding from his face because somebody put dye on him. The barber put dye on him in Colombia and he was getting an allergic reaction. And so his skin was like swelling and it was even like liquid was coming out of his skin. And I was like, yo, you got to go get Benadryl. You got to go get some Benadryl and drink it right now or take the pills. And he did. And it calmed down the allergic reaction. And then that was like the last time I saw him, yo. No, I think I saw him twice. The last 2 times I was out there. And then everybody said he passed away in a hotel room in Tijuana. That's crazy, yo. Some of the brothers you know, yeah, man. He passed away, Kenny Ken, man. No one has talked about Martinique, Guadeloupe. I know one thing. I met 2 doctors from Martinique and Guadeloupe when I was in Panama. And they was wild as all outdoors, man. They had a personal driver and we went all over Panama to the best spots. They was wild, them 2 doctors. And they was married too. And they I think they spoke French, Spanish, English, and something like that. How I felt about Punta Cana. I only been to Punta Cana once or twice, but when I was married. But I heard they starting to party in Punta Cana now, I heard. So, any plans to go to Ethiopia? Yeah, not on my next tour, but I'm definitely planning on going to Ethiopia. I like Kenny's Cuba Dave interview. I didn't know he did a Cuba Dave interview. All right, we've been on for a good while. I hope I answered y'all questions or covered y'all concerns about Argentina. I just wanted to, because a lot of people was putting in comments and stuff, and saying, how is it? How they treating you? Yeah, he was a YouTuber. So I just wanted to say, what my experience has been here so far. The city is attractive. It looks like it got a pretty decent nightlife. And you can do well with the US dollar here. And it's definitely a lot to explore in Argentina, not just Buenos Aires, but Because you could take a boat right over to Uruguay, one of those. You could take a boat right over there, like an hour and a half boat. There's a lot you could do from here. Punta Cana is very country slow. It's good for families and bulled up. Yeah, that's how I remember it to be. And the beaches are beautiful over there, though. When you're in those resorts, the beaches are beautiful. And they take you on those day tours. Beautiful, beautiful. Welcome to Flip Flop. Oh, you funny. Welcome to Flip Flop. Any plans to see Ibiza, Madrid, Nigeria? Yeah, I don't know, because Madrid, Ibiza is like a super party island. I'm kind of partied out. If it's more charged than what I experienced in Bali at those beach clubs, I can't be doing that. I'm a little too old for that. This was a great chat. Let's get the likes up. Yeah, thank you. Let's get the likes up before I get out of here. I just wanted to kick it with y'all. I got some more videos coming from Argentina, from Buenos Aires. I must say I like it. And to me, it's untapped. So I would say, I know my graphic designer didn't get back to me with the design I sent him. But I would say if you all tapped out with Colombia, Dominican Republic, and you like in Brazil, because I don't think Brazil is run up like them. So you could slide over here from Brazil for the low. You could slide over here from Brazil for the low and just check it out. I will probably be back here, especially if I meet somebody. I need a little more time here. I need like a month here. I'm learning, though, where to go, what's popping over here. I'm learning. And I got to come back here in the summer. That's when I'm really going to get the vibe. Errol Spence Jr. I heard Ibiza was overhooked. My son, he said the kid he went to high school with, his two older brothers, DJ in Ibiza, and he showed me videos, and they like, Ibiza is, if you a young party dude, you want to go to Barcelona, you want to go to Ibiza. If you a young party dude that could party all night, you want to go those places. Do Argentina dates videos, please. I got company now, so I ain't gonna get no more dates. And Argentina do got some jump off spots too. Just let y'all know. I can't show y'all those videos. I'm gonna have to put them on Patreon, but they got a couple jump off spots too. They ain't all square. If you need to get your freak on out here, you can get that too out here. Oh, yeah. Colombia, Brazil. I gotta give Brazil a little, in my opinion, Brazil. Because I just been in Colombia. For the last 3 months, I've been in Colombia. But when I went to Brazil, I was like, oh. The love is way better in Brazil. Even on the fake love, it's way better than Brazil. It's just better. They got so much flavor, different exotic flavors in Brazil. Y'all seen the videos? Brazil, boy, what? Y'all seen the videos? They ain't got nothing that look like that in Colombia. They got beautiful women in Colombia, but they don't have the sauce. Like Brazil got that sauce. I might go to Bolivia. I met a chick when I was in Mexico, Playa de Carmen from Chile, but she's living in Bolivia right now. I don't know. Venezuelan on the beach, I don't know. Japanese Brazilian. She's from Minas Gerais. She wasn't Japanese. Bro, I love the things to see from Brazil. Portuguese is just an ugly language. Sounds like goose or something. I don't know. I like Portuguese. I like Portuguese. It's sexy to me, especially when a girl is sexy. Shit. I like Portuguese. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up. Yeah, Porto was good. When I went to Portugal, it was in the winter. It's hard to travel to many countries in 1 year without bumping into the wrong season. Or so I did that a few times. I did that here. I did that in Portugal. I did that in South Africa. And where else? I know I did it a few times. Went to places in the wintertime. So I think today is the first day of spring. It was hot the first 2 days I came here. Then it got chilly again, so I don't know. I'm out. I'm out because it's 3 a.m. here. It's 3 a.m. here. Will you trust Barbara out there? I don't know. Good thing I'll be taking care of myself. He said, global. Sorry, it's just moving too fast. He going back to Thailand. Anton said, the sound of women speaking Brazilian Portuguese is amazing, except the karaoke. I don't know. I like when they say, uh-huh, uh-huh. Uh-huh. That should make me laugh. Peace, guys, man. Thanks for hanging out with me for a little while, you know what I'm saying? Although Argentina is as attractive as the Colombianas. I would say so. I've seen some beautiful women. I've seen some beautiful women. But I don't know if they're in the same abundance, you know? Salvador Bahia. I like Salvador, but I like Rio way better. Salvador is good, but Rio got way more people, way more women, way more beach. You know what I'm saying? I would rather go to Fortaleza again than Salvador Bahia. Fortaleza got mad beach too. Mad beach. It's hard to rival the amount of beach Rio de Janeiro has, but Fortaleza does a damn good job. Now, I haven't been all over Brazil, but Fortaleza's boardwalk, lights, jogging, exercising, distance from the street, sand to the beach, like Fortaleza, skyscrapers all along the beach line. Trust me. I never been to Belo Horizonte. And that's why I want me a little Brazilian girlfriend so I can move around Brazil with somebody. I'm working on one, though. I'm working on one. I got to see how serious she is. You know what I'm saying? I told you I'm going for the trifecta, y'all. Stay tuned. 2024 International. So, love is love, life is life. Loyalty is priceless. Peace.